that knot in your stomach keeping you up at night? Is it just your anxiety or a warning from your nervous system that you're with the wrong person? For a while, I was in a situationship trying to figure out if my doubts were just my anxiety or a warning I needed to heed. Research shows that uncertainty is a natural part of the relationship timeline, not always a red flag. Stick around to find out the 4 types of doubts that are really dating in disguise and learn more about my experience wondering if my relationship was right for me. Hi, I'm Michelle Troutman, creator of the MyJourneyToLove.com blog, where you don't need to fit in, just show up as you are on the path to true love. If you're ready to trade dating rules for real intimacy, hit subscribe, like this video, and let's get into the science of why your body is panicking. UC Davis research shows that in the first few weeks to months, short and long-term relationships look almost the same. One study on uncertainty in romantic relationships found that many people feel anxious in new relationships. Those who tend to feel uncertain often have more doubts later. Another study found that uncertainty often arises during times of change. Think of these as the high-stakes hurdles. Doubt tends to peak exactly when things get real. When you move in together, when you get engaged, or when life just gets stressful. Lab and survey studies focus on established couples that tend to show ongoing uncertainty, not just early doubts. My informal research of Reddit users' posting patterns over whether a relationship was right for them shows they often face doubts early. The way he walked, back straight, chest out, caught my eye. But the space between us made me wonder, is this relationship right for me? At the start, we discussed what we wanted in a relationship, but I wasn't upfront about seeking a long-term commitment. I also said, I don't want to be a side dish, yet my desire drove me to betray those words. All along, we kept pulling each other in different directions. I wanted him to commit. He wanted to keep seeing the best friend who made him feel good. Though I kept prodding him to open his heart to me, as he hinted at the beginning, it would stay shut. My body was exhausted from the performance. I was masking, performing the role of the best friend he wanted. I stopped listening to my anxiety, which was telling me this wasn't the relationship for me. I felt like I'd spent years racking up points in a video game, but still couldn't reach the next level. We can't always control who we fall for. When someone doesn't fit our view of the perfect partner, we can wonder if they're a match. When both people feel a spark, it helps to be honest about compatibility and your true feelings. It's often better to think it through or discuss these issues when they arise. To help you decide if a relationship is right for you, let's explore common relationship doubts and the emotional cost involved in staying true to yourself. Many times, relationship doubts aren't always red flags or toxicity. You might say they're perfect except for, that was me. I kept thinking if I tried harder, it would all work out. But here's what I didn't realize. I had all 4 types of compatibility doubts. Let me show you what that can look like. Each color dot represents a different relationship stage: demographic, our backgrounds; social, how we fit in the world; relational, how we treat each other; and behavioral, our day-to-day habits. First, demographic doubts, our backgrounds. He worked with his hands, building things in the fresh air. I crunched numbers for products, staring at spreadsheets in a cubicle. He grew up near the shoreline. I was a businessman's daughter. We had a decade-plus age gap. Our class, lifestyle, and upbringing were all different. Based on Reddit and Quora posting patterns over 2 years compiled by Perplexity, demographic doubts spike early, usually in the first few dates or months. They function as a quick filter. People post questions like, can this age gap work? Or, do our political differences matter? Before they're emotionally invested. See that green dot on the chart? That's the early stage filter. Many people use demographic differences to screen for long-term fit before they're in too deep. I ignored that filter. I told myself love could bridge any gap. Number 2, relational doubts, how we treat each other. This is about attachment styles, communication patterns, and emotional mechanics. When I feel uncertain, I seek reassurance. I ask, where is this going? Or do you see a future with me? He had avoidant tendencies. Every time I asked those questions, he'd pull away. I'd then analyze every text for a hidden meaning. He'd retreat further. We were speaking different emotional languages, and neither of us had a translator. Here's what the data shows. Relational mechanics doubts usually surface later when in the committed or serious stage. See that red dot? That's when trust is built before these patterns become painful. Early on, you're both on your best behavior. 6 months in, that's when the anxious avoidant dance starts wearing thin. One study from the University of Catalonia found that each point higher in the avoidant attachment scale reduces long-term relationship success by about 5%. If you're at an 8 out of 10, you're looking at a 40% drop in compatibility. That exhaustion I mentioned with the masking, this is where it lived. I kept performing the chill best friend role, pretending I didn't need reassurance, hoping he'd eventually let me in, which he never did. Third, behavioral doubts, the day-to-day habits that click or clash. This is more about, can we live together? He was spontaneous, sometimes showing up when I least expected it. I'm more of a planner who prefers to decide things in advance. That's a small thing, but when it happens often, it can seem bigger. Behavioral doubts are tricky because the impact on you can change. See the yellow dot? Some behavioral mismatches are immediate deal breakers, like one partner wants kids and the other not. But others are ongoing challenges that show up gradually. Most of these doubts appear across different relationship stages because people don't realize how much the daily friction costs until it wears them down further. 40% of Americans have ended relationships over a poor financial decision alone, according to one poll. That's a behavioral compatibility issue. Not do we love each other, but can we function together? We never fought about big things. But trying to dance to his rhythm left me drained. Fourth, social doubts, how we fit in the world together. Do your friends like them? Does your family approve? Do you feel proud introducing them, or do you hide parts of the relationship? I never introduced him to my family, partly because we were in a situationship I was unsure about. I kept him separate from the rest of my life. Social doubts often overlap with demographic and relational doubts. They surface when you realize, this works in private, but I can't bring them into my real life. The data shows these doubts spike during transitions, moving in together, meeting family, or attending work events as a couple. The fact that I was hiding him, that was data. I just wasn't ready to read it. Here's what I know now. My feelings weren't just anxiety. I was ignoring the signs for months. I struggled to face the truth. When you perform harder, despite your efforts, the doubts don't always disappear. They're the red lights that keep signaling that you should stop. So if you lie awake wondering, is this relationship right for me? Pay attention to which type of doubt is keeping you up. Is it demographic? Our backgrounds don't match. Social? I'm hiding this relationship. Relational? We speak different emotional languages. Or behavioral? Our daily rhythms clash. Try this. Write down the type of doubt you feel the most. Just naming it takes it out of your mind and onto paper where you can see it. You're not overthinking. You're gathering data. Next week, we'll walk through the 5-bucket test to help you decide which of these relationship doubts is resolvable and which are permanent deal breakers. I'll see you there. If this helped you, hit the like button so I know to make more content like this, and tell me in the comments, which of the 4 types of compatibility doubts have you wrestled with? To find out which mask you've been wearing, take the Am I Dating in Disguise quiz. The link to the quiz and the full blog this video is based on are in the description below. Thank you so much for watching.